Good morning, RGV. I'm Christopher, IRS Certified Acceptance Agent, tax professional, and a business owner. Today, we are going to give you an update regarding the latest news for the Economic Injury Disaster Loan of SBA. If you are watching right now, feel free to find us on YouTube, Wyco Tax, and you would be able to see our latest videos and the past presentations that we have. This is one of our clients who has a success story. A uniform and a graphic design, and she was able to get her PPP loan proceeds in 7 days. We handled everything from submission of the documents to coordination with the bank and following up the status of the application. If you still have the same COVID-19 relief application that are pending, feel free to contact us today. So far, we already have more than almost 200,000 of PPP EIDL application because we will take care of your numbers while you take care of your customers. We are going to be your right hand in doing all the computations for the different relief and grants available, not just in the federal level, but also on the state and even the city level. If you would like to catch the past webinars in terms of the different COVID-19 on the CARES Act, you can watch it on your own time by following us on our YouTube channel. Please click subscribe and then find us Wyco Tax. And if you don't want to watch, you can also read by downloading the COVID-19 relief summary on our website, wycotax.com. And if you have questions today, feel free to text your name and we will call you after the seminar or the webinar. Tomorrow, we will have an upcoming events. The top event, like the Thursday live chat, this is at 10 in the morning, the biggest mistake on applying for PPP forgiveness. That will be tomorrow. I will be co-hosted by by the West Dakota Chamber of Commerce, by the secretary, and also Miss Laura. She will be guesting tomorrow. And on our Wednesday webinar next week, we will cover the how to apply the employee retention tax credits. That's going to be on June 10. 10 in the morning is English and 11 a.m. is Spanish. And today at 11, we will have a Spanish presentation with this same presentation that I'm going to cover. So this is our channel, Wyco Tax. Just type Wyco Tax and it's going to show the our YouTube. Just subscribe. And if you still have questions and in terms of your COVID-19 relief summary, you can download the free PDF. Go to the website and you can download all the PDFs that you miss. This just a disclaimer before we proceed that this material has been prepared for informational purposes only. It is not intended to provide any and not to be relied for tax, legal, or accounting advice. The Wyco Tax, it is an outsourced tax, payroll, and bookkeeping company, and we are not associated to any institutions on this presentation, and it is a private business providing resources for small businesses. The latest news to the SBA's Economic Injury Disaster Loan. By the way, for those of you who have questions either on Zoom, YouTube, or Facebook, feel free to chat your questions on the chat box and we will answer after the presentation. Every participant will be muted on the entire presentation if you are on Zoom, and then we will unmute you after the presentation. We will cover the different the updates from the new eligibility, how to apply, and also the sole proprietor loans. So far, this is the update on the SBA Disaster Assistance website, the nationwide EIDL loans for COVID-19. As you can see, the dollars that have been approved were more than 24 billion. This is $24 billion. And Texas, the number of approvals were 20,000, and that resulted to almost $2 billion The notice on the economic injury disaster advance loan and new eligibility that in response to coronavirus or COVID-19 pandemic, small business owners in all United States, Washington, D.C., and territories were able to apply for economic injury disaster loan advance up to $10,000. This advance is designed to provide the economic relief to businesses that are currently experiencing a temporary loss of revenue. This loan advance will not have to be repaid. On our case, we already, for the WICO tax, we got the cash advance, the EIDL advance less than 3 weeks. And we are now waiting for the regular EIDL application. The SBA has resumed processing EIDL applications since April 15 and will be processing the applications on a first-come, first-served basis. The SBA will begin accepting the new economic injury disaster loan and EIDL advance applications on a limited basis only to provide relief to U.S. agricultural businesses. Now, they narrow it down. They are focusing more for farm, any industry regarding agriculture. The new eligibility is made possible as a result of the latest round of funds appropriated by Congress in response to COVID-19 pandemic. For agricultural businesses, this include those businesses engaged in the production. What are those? You need to be included in the production of food, fiber, ranching, raising, livestock, aquaculture, and all other farming and agricultural related industries as defined by Section 18B on the Small Business Act. SBA is encouraging all eligible agricultural businesses with 500 or fewer employees wishing to apply to begin preparing their business financial information needed for their application. First things first, you have to clean your books, your taxes, you have to file it on time. If you have not filed your 2018, 2019, please do it now because those are the main reports that the SBA will be looking. It's not just your business, but also your personal. At this time, only agricultural business applications will be accepted due to the limitations of funding availability and unprecedented submission of applications already received. Applicants who have already submitted their applications will continue to be processed on a first-come, first-served basis. And I hope you guys already have an SBA agent that are working with you. All you have to do is just email them just to be more proactive and ask the status of the application. But always make sure to complete all the necessary documents. For agricultural businesses that submitted an EIDL application through the streamlined application portal prior to the legislative change, SBA will process these applications without the need for reapplication. Eligible agricultural businesses may apply also for the loan advance, the one that we are referring, the $10,000. The US SBA is offering designated states and territories low interest, the federal disaster loans for working capital to small businesses suffering substantial economic injury because of the coronavirus. Well, the working capital, what are the fixed costs on running your business? It could be from your utilities, from your rent, if you have lease, mortgage, you could use this for your working capital. Then upon request received from the states or territories governor, the SBA will issue under its own territory or authority as provided by the COVID Preparedness and Response Supplemental Appropriations Act that was recently signed by the President on Economic Injury Disaster Loan Declaration. The SBA's Officer of Disaster Assistance will coordinate with the states or territories governor to submit the request for the EIDL assistance. Once the declaration is made, The information on the application process for economic injury disaster loan assistance will be made available to affected small businesses within the state. The SBA's EIDL can provide vital economic support to small businesses to help overcome the temporary loss of revenue they are experiencing. Well, so far we are open here in Texas as of June 1. But even if we are open, of course, we still have the challenge to communicate with the clients. There are still fear of the unknown. That's why the loans may use to pay fixed debts, payroll, accounts payable, and other bills that cannot be paid because of the disaster's impact. Well, the interest rate is 3.75% for small businesses. The interest rate for nonprofits is 2.75%. The SBA offers loans with long-term repayments in order to keep payments affordable up to what? Maximum of 30 years. The terms are determined on a case-by-case basis based upon each borrower's ability to repay. Just a reminder, if you got approved with your cash advance for, if it's maximum is $10,000, it does not give you any guarantee to be approved for the regular loan, the regular EIDL. That is not a grant, it's a loan. So therefore, the credit score, they will check. Your performance financially of your business will also be considered. The economic injury disaster loan are just one piece of the expanded focus of the federal government's coordinated response, and the SBA is strongly committed to providing the most effective and customer-focused response possible. If you guys have more questions regarding the program, this I will attach, or you will find here the website, even the email and hotline number. Feel free to contact them to check your specific case, and they will give you an online. You have to apply online application online to their website, and then they will take it from there. The SBA agent, one of the SBA agents, will reach out to you through that portal. Now, the next part, we will go to the frequently asked questions. How long will it take to know if I am approved for a loan? Right now on their website, they said they are processing application as soon as possible. Given an example on our case, we got approved less than 2 weeks, and after less than a month, the less than 2 weeks for our advance, that the 10,000 up to $10,000, and the remaining EIDL, the regular one, we received an offer less than a month, and they just have submitted, or they just checking our qualification financially if we can afford to pay the loan. So we are still waiting for that application status. Next, does the SBA have any grants available to small businesses? On their website, they said no. Our disaster assistance is in the form of federal low interest long-term loans. Like what they said, it's 3.75% up to 30 years for business profit businesses. Now, can the SBA refinance my loans or mortgages? The SBA economic injury. Okay. For those of you, you could take the poll. Okay, so here it says, can SBA refinance my loans or mortgages? SBA Economic Injury Disaster Loan Funds cannot be used to refinance pre-existing debt. What you can apply here if you have a pre-existing debt that SBA guarantee is the SBA debt relief program. That is what we covered last time, and you could actually watch that on our YouTube channel. But if not, you could always download the copy. How does it work? Okay. Now, the next one, I have an existing SBA disaster loan from a previous disaster. What are my options? The borrowers of home and business disaster loans from previous disasters that are still being paid back will now have their payments deferred. Okay. Your still being paid back will now have their payments deferred through the end of 2020. If you have a flood that you need to you were approved before, any other kind of disaster, it says here that you have now payments deferred until end of 2020. This deferral will be automatic, and borrowers of previous home and business disaster loans do not have to contact the SBA to request the deferment. What banks are authorized to offer this economic injury disaster loan? SBA offers direct loans through its economic injury disaster loan program. The traditional SBA backed loans are still available by a bank as well. To find an SBA approved lender, visit sba.gov/lendermatch. The next question is, our nation now has a declared national emergency. Why is the funding only for no credit elsewhere firms? Currently, SBA is limited by the statute to only provide loans to small businesses that do not have access to credit. I think they're prioritizing more on the ones that are incapable or finding a hard time to apply rather than those one that have credits. Then I understand the next question is, I understand 2 million is the limit a small business can get. Is this enough to keep them afloat? Every small business is unique, and SBA's economic injury disaster loans are available to be used to pay fixed debts, payroll, accounts payable, and other bills that cannot be paid because of the disaster's impact. The first payment on the economic injury loan issued due to the coronavirus will be automatically deferred for 1 year. If you get the loan, the EIDL on June, you will not start paying until next June 2021. How does a business define an impact and or loss for this? Is there a percentage or dollar amount? The business needs to define its loss in comparison in its 2019 operations and financials. Losses will be compared to the effective incident starting on January 31, 2020. Just a loss needs to be reported. There is no threshold of percentage or a dollar amount. That's why for those of you, whatever you reported on your tax return, make sure that it's the same number that you are going to submit to the SBA. If a business currently has an SBA backed loan and it fears it will not be able to make the payments, what course or action should it take? The borrowers and of home and business disaster loan from previous disasters are still being paid back will now have their payments deferred through the end of 2020. This deferral will be automatic, and borrowers of previous home and business disaster loans do not have to contact the SBA for the request. And last question, it says if a business currently has an SBA backup loan and it fears it will not be able to make the payments, what are the options? So according to the SBA, they are granting small businesses who receive EIDL due to the coronavirus an automatic 1-year deferment period before they are required to start making payments. Small businesses with other SBA-backed loans should first talk to their SBA lender about the potential deferment of loan payments. Those are all the most frequently asked questions. And now, what are the basic filing requirements? They will require the SBA Form 5 or 5C. That's the loan application where you can find on their website. The personal financial statement, if you have 401k, life insurance policy, that is how much they pay for your rent, mortgage, all of those, they need it on your personal financial statement. Under Form 413, of course, the schedule of liabilities. If you guys have an existing loans from other banks or even the SBA themselves, they need you to have the schedule of liabilities. It is under your balance sheet. The copies of the most recent federal income tax returns, they are not just going to accept what you prepared as self-prepared, like TurboTax if you use that, because they will require you to fill out a tax transcript request. For principals, they will require you to fill out because they will request it to the IRS. And then complete copy, including all schedules of the most recent federal income tax return for principals, general partners, or managing members and affiliates. See filing requirements for more information. And the most recent federal income tax return has not been filed. If you did not file your 2019, they will want to see the year-end profit and loss statement and balance sheet for the tax year. That's why you need to close your books and the current year-to-date profit loss statement. The current year-to-date profit loss statement, which means we are already on what month? June. So your book should be closed by May 31. January 2020 to May 31, they need the current year-to-date, the profit and loss statement. And I hope you have that ready already. Additional filing requirements, additional is the SBA Form 1368. They would also like to see your monthly sales figures if you're receiving cash, check, credit card. This is especially important for economic injury disaster loans. Make sure that your numbers, your sales are the same with the state. You don't want to create any problem because we encountered other clients that come to the office, their sales figures on the state don't match on the IRS or even on the SBA. You know that you are signing a perjury certification, that you are aware that all the numbers that you put there are accurate and with the best of your knowledge. That's why if you're still uncertain with all the documents, we can file your taxes and have a one-on-one phone consultation to clean your books. You just have to call us today. If you can do it by yourself, the better. If you're not comfortable or you're not confident, then we are here to help you. Again, our past webinars, you just have to follow our on our YouTube and subscribe. And then the free download the PDF summary for the COVID-19 relief. We covered the paid COVID paid leave, the Texas Shared Work Program, employee retention credit. All of those are there on our website. And if you have more questions, just text on our number, 956-425-WICO. For tomorrow, this is only less than 15-minute Thursday live chat with Miss Laura from Westlaco Chamber of Commerce, the biggest mistake on applying for PPP forgiveness. And on next week, the Wednesday webinar, we will cover how to apply employee retention tax credit that will be in English and Spanish. So this is our YouTube channel and this is our website, wicotax.com. All here is the download the free COVID-19 relief summary. Just a little background about the company. We were established in 2015. We are an all year round, all-in-one local and outsourced tax payroll bookkeeping service solution. We started in Harlingen. Now we have another in Brownsville. At to this point, we are only accepting of per appointment. We don't accept walk-ins because of the situation. We resolved more than $321,000 of audit cases since 2018. We are a worry-free, year-round, competitive, and on-time tax payroll bookkeeping service solution. Just a reminder, July 15, there are deadlines of filing the tax return. Right now, we have to do it. Your books are the most important documents to get a lot of tax credits. These are some of our publications. You can check us on Google and online. We have the highest review, 707 reviews. More than we accomplish our reviews based on our services here in the RGV. And just feel free to read more of our success stories from PPP, audit, IRS audit, payroll audit. We have a bunch of clients that we already serve, and also with their payroll and bookkeeping. We don't only serve on English, but also Spanish. All my account managers are Spanish. I'm the only one that speak a little bit of Spanish. Okay, so yeah, I already covered here now. Thank you for watching the White Coffee Break, because just like you, your tax needs a break. We will check if there are some questions, and if not, we are good to go. Okay, let me see here. There you go. We don't have some questions right now. So what we can do is we will just get back to those people. If you have more questions, you can email or text us. Okay. So thank you for watching our Wednesday webinar. You guys stay safe and have a good rest of your day. Bye.